Hi everyone. The topic I selected is usability in e-learning. So the reason for selecting the topic is due to the growing technology and during the pandemic situation, all over the world have used e-learning for their study purposes. So this requires a design to be built which allows the student to use an effective and simple manner where learning becomes a positive experience. Also taking into the consideration the usability and accessibility in general. So the search strategy includes the database used was Google Scholar and AI to Digital Library. The keywords which I used was e-learning, online learning, UCD, user-centered design, education, etc. So the inclusion criteria includes the articles published after 2010. So also articles related to usability and user-centered design in e-learning. So they excluded the papers which were old research articles and journals and non-English published, and also the papers that do not discuss e-learning usability. So the initial search results provided me 3,63,000 results. So after filtering the papers that were between 2010 to 2020, there were 20,000 results. So also after sorting by relevance related to usability and education and usability, there were 48 papers. So then after the final result, after refining all the papers, I selected 16 papers which is relevant to the study, and the next is research findings. So the study by Pentagon on the usability of Google Classroom points out the space for e-learning, where the students were asked to log in use their Google account, and the staffs uploaded the materials related to their academics. So after this study, a self-made questionnaire was made with ISO standard 9129 to judge the usability perceptions. Similarly, in another study, a think and loud methodology was used to work with a program called distance learning. There are many subjects that needed to be taught using this program over the internet, so the reviewer took notes from each other and explained. So after this, an interview was made for information collectors, and also questions evolved the kind of problem faced, and the better method for organizing education materials. Also, there were studies related to this, where the Alivina and Cosma 2020 paper proposes a user-centered method which implemented a requirement engineering method that includes space illustration and specifications. Also, there was a paper by Harati in 2016 which points out system usability is among the most method of literature design, where the response assess the severity of each questions on a 5-point scale, which includes from strongly agree to disagree. So the next is some of the LCD method and the practices. The user profile or common approach which are used to obtain user description. So a quantitative analysis made with these user profiles helps to identify the personae, scenarios, and needs. Personae are general and nothing but fictional characters which have names, goals, and tasks that are used by designers to understand the product needs and how it should be tested to ensure the user satisfaction. So next is the focus groups where there are a group of people who have been met to discuss a broad subject. For example, in terms of e-learning, a study by Kagrams in 2010 points out that in each course, a focus group of people included were all the students who took the test. So this approach allows course students to communicate and share their feelings and thoughts about the learning process. So next is the questionnaire way of testing method, where the way of asking users for their answer to a predefined set of questions. So in this case of education in e-learning environment study, students come from different streams such as engineering, business, and masters, etc. So in those cases, the questionnaire method is helped to identify the needs of the different users. So and also one of the most direct observation method is the user testing, is the think aloud method, which allows the user to express what they think and do. So this used to determine what part of the system is confusing in a student perspective or in a learning purpose. So the next is some limitations. So the studies in usability has been evolved from past years, but it is essential to direct new articles which evaluate that are complete and fast, which symbolically means that not only stakeholders and method of integration are important, but also the ability to work successfully with this proposed integration are important. And also new multidisciplinary method needs to be found where it's essential to lend more voice to the users because the user feedback are very much important and it's become necessary to do this in the systems. And the future works includes the experts are also has already started to pave way for combining AI with user-centered design for building more applications. So this should be never most of the organizations and companies, so which to make the user-centered design move higher level in the market. So also this center designs is making a wonderful outcome in healthcare industry. So in the future we have started to take advantage of this to improve our education system. While this should be new for education applications and institute, it will get a place to begin with the user-centered design. So I conclude by saying that so instead of using one method to another method and turning the whole thing into trouble and messy, it would be perfect to use methods that were designed, informed, and evaluated by the user-centered design approach. So thank you.